What is going on, you merry band of fuckwits? We are the XBL crew, and we are back again for episode 7 of the XBL Party Podcast. Joining me tonight, we have BMG.
Good evening.
And we have the fabulous Fabio himself. No Ash tonight. He's off. He's decided.
Thank God.
No, okay. Decided to go and join a cult. And we wish him all the best. Apparently, there's lots of goat fucking involved, and he's hoping to be back next week, assuming they haven't cut him up and at him. So, yeah, welcome to episode 7. What have you guys been playing this week? BMG, let you go first.
Well, I picked up when it came out Helldivers 2, which is PlayStation 5 exclusive and on PC, and that's all I've really been playing. It's just got me hooked. It's had a lot of server issues, getting to capacity because they're a small team. They're a very small team. So they're, working along with PlayStation's like developer side to try and help increase servers. But as we've noticed with the posts on Twitter X from the CEO, we're saying, look, yeah, we are getting help from Steam and PlayStation to help improve servers. He says, but it's then taking our engineers to show them how our stuff works, which then takes more time to get the servers up. But, it's improved. They've dropped a few patches. Things have got better. Nice. I was just on it literally about 10 minutes ago with Luke Steele, as he calls it, hell crack. Because it's so addictive. It's so fun. We were just in this huge firefight. We had these like Terminator robots, and these are big, fucking huge, hard to kill things, and we're like trying to defend this launch pad to extract, and we've just got these mortars that we put down, our own mortars and machine guns blowing us apart while shooting them, because the friendly fire is galore, so you can blow the limbs off your people that are joining you. It's just so much fun. It's just Starship Troopers all over if you fight the bugs. And it's like the way it works is it's like every single person that's playing on PlayStation, on PC, you're working as a community to fight the robots, to fight the bugs. So if you've got so much time to liberate a planet, if you don't, they liberate it for themselves, and then they're then moving further inwards. You've got like a galaxy map, your Super Earth's in the middle, and they're trying to push in to take over Super Earth. And obviously, once they destroy Super Earth, that's full game over. We take all them out, we win the war. But this war could take a year, 2 years. We just don't know how long this is going to take, because as you're trying to push one side, then another side will attack. We've got some new things that will be coming down the line, not so far in the future. So probably new enemy types, new stratagems and things like that, because you can drop in weapons and call in airstrikes and things like that. And it's just so addictive and just so fun.
Just like the way the first game was, because I remember watching gameplay from Helldivers, the first game. Because remember, this one that we are talking about, this is the second one. But but it seems that it feels more like a remix, since it's a new vision perspective, right?
No, in a way, because the first one was twin stick shooter.
It's like it is quite similar, just the vision is different, right?
Oh yeah. It's like the premise is still the same. You're fighting this big war, but the way they've gone about it, the way the war works, like usually a war in Helldivers 1, a war would take about a week, if that, and then it would reset and you'll start again. Whereas this is, they've got live devs as well as AI working in, helping them, helping you. Different things just affects, like the weather patterns, the things that are going on is just crazy. You could be literally, you're in there, it's nighttime, there's wind blowing like hell, it's pissing down with rain, you can barely see, and things are just coming out everywhere. Like in the first game, you could see all around you, so you knew if anything was coming from the front, the side, the back, wherever. In this one, if you're not looking at them, you can just get jumped from behind, they can come flying out the ground and everything. It's the premise of the war is the same, but it's the way they've gone about it, how they've improved on it, the things that they've changed, things that they're going to be adding that we don't even know about yet. It's just addictive, absolutely addictive. And you can see, like, you're in a ship, so you name your ship and what have you, and you like unlock stratagems, you earn points and stuff. Everything can be earned in game. You don't have to spend money. because people are saying it's pay to win. It's not pay to win. People are kicking off saying there should be PvP. It's not PvP. It doesn't work. Well, in a way, it's PvP when you end up killing your own teammates, which is hilarious, absolutely hilarious. But it's that everyone working together. But like when you come to orbit in your ship before you drop down, you'll see other ships of actual live players that are there, and then they're dropping there. You can see them calling their stratagems down, and you see them firing from their ships on the planet as well. It's so good. Honestly, I highly recommend it. It's the only game that I've been playing. I've had the odd game of Marvel Snap here and there, but because I've got to get that in. Got to get me Marvel snapping because it's just so good. But yeah, Helldivers.
Destiny 2 anymore?
No. This is what I kind of do when I get to Destiny, with a point where I've done the expansion, I've done the season stuff, and it's like, right, there's nothing really for me to jump into. I'd be wasting my time if you were not. There's always something to do in Destiny 2, but it's like, right, instead of now I've got this break, because the next season, the next stuff isn't coming out till like mid-April, and then the expansion in June. It's like, right, this is the time I've got to play other games. Helldivers 2 has taken over because I did start The Last of Us Part 1 remake. I did about 2 hours into that because I couldn't get on Helldivers 2, so I thought, we'll jump on that for a little bit. But I managed to get into the servers, so I've just been in there, and like I say, it's just good fun. Starship Troopers. It's just Starship Troopers. It's great.
Yeah, like I think it's quite interesting that you mentioned about like I was playing The Last of Us remake, and I only started playing it because I wasn't able to play Helldivers. Like I like what you said there, because I think it's quite interesting the fact that like nobody is actually caring anymore about like all these remasters and the sports of the same game over and over. So when you got something new and that is considered by that player base as something refreshing, that's what it really matters. So like I think that Helldivers 2 is definitely a big win for Sony, proving that like there is an opportunity for them to do games as service, something that everyone from the Sony and the PlayStation player base were like criticizing Xbox for doing. And as you can see, and according to what I saw, like Helldivers 2 has been a game way more played by the PC community. There are the numbers on the PlayStation, but it is being mostly played by PC players, and that means that probably there's a greater chance that they are going to be more and more aggressive with their PC day and date strategy.
Yeah,
I think they will be. I mean, didn't they come out and say that it's actually more profitable for us if we do day and date on PC as well as PlayStation at the same time?
No, honestly, my theory is that we are going to get to the point where both Xbox and PlayStation are not going to have exclusives at all. Like just fewer and fewer, because with both the Xbox podcast and with all the things that the CEO from PlayStation has said, talking about not getting that much money, sometimes having a deficit as well, and other strategies and changes to their business model that they are considering, I think we are going to be walking to that direction, honestly, because the same way as Phil Spencer said before, like if you don't make the industry grow, either there's two things that are going to happen. You're going to fire people. Xbox done that. PlayStation has done that with the Bungie layoffs. And you're going to monetize extremely badly your games, and you are just going to make their communities like a cash cow.
Yeah, but they did. So Luke has pointed out in chat, they did sort of say a while ago the live service games will be day and day with console and PC. We are going to see some of them live service games on the Xbox as well. Yeah, obviously Destiny 2, Marathon, and if there's something else in the works, I'm not too sure. But like Helldivers 2 isn't
there's
a
Heist
game,
right? There's a Heist game that they announced
Marathon.
at the PlayStation conference. No, it's not Marathon. It's another one. There was
The
another one where
finals,
it was just like CGI, a CGI trailer of a bunch of heisters trying to rob a bank. You know what I mean?
That's
You,
the
you guys
finals.
remember that?
The
I
finals.
can't remember.
Yes, the finals. I think it's something like that.
That's
Yeah.
not PlayStation though.
That's PlayStation. That's PlayStation.
I think it's on
It's
all of
not-
them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the finals is a third-party developer. It's not Sony first-party.
Oh right. Yeah.
Finals.
But isn't PlayStation Studios?
No.
No, it's I can't remember who makes it, but yeah, it's on everything.
Yeah, but it's like, and that's out now. You can play that now. That's been out for a while. Fair games.
Oh, Fair Games. Yeah, okay, Fair
Yeah.
Games.
But it's like Helldivers 2 is not a first-party game, even though people just assume it is. It's not. It's second-party. Sony, PlayStation Studios has published it, but Arrowhead Studios is a third-party developer. They have a very close working relationship with Sony, and obviously this was like, well, I think this was like the test bed for Day and Date to see how it would do and being a live service game, and it's just literally running success. I think the last time I looked, the concurrent players was like 470 odd thousand. Yeah, no, it's even higher now. I think it's closer to 500,000.
No, but
it's
around.
insane. Yeah,
let's just generalize it.
Yeah, so you're gonna see more of that. I think you're gonna start again, like Xbox is dipping its toes in putting games on Switch and PlayStation. You're gonna see PlayStation dipping the toes even more with Day and Date PC and eventually all, because like the new guy Hiroki Toki, Tiki Toki Waki, whatever his name is, he who's like taken over. He's taken over Jim Ryan. He's like chairman now, but he's taken over Jim Ryan as well. You know, he's been going around the rounds with the studios. He's pretty much said the studios don't even know how to manage themselves and make profit and growth. He's even put Bungie on notice, telling them they've got to take more accountability and things like that. So it's a matter of seeing what's going to happen, where the new direction's going to go. Will we see first-party games Day and Date? Maybe.
I think they will eventually.
Don't know.
I think, I think PlayStation. Here's the thing, right? PlayStation stagnated for so long towards the end of the PS4 and going into the PS5 that Microsoft made a lot of really strong moves, and I think they're going to realize pretty fucking quickly that they either roll with the pack or get left behind. I honestly think that PlayStation are going to start doing the same shit that Microsoft's doing, because I feel like Microsoft is trying to push the industry forward and PlayStation is trying to keep it in that fucking, archaic fucking.
No, it is because like we are talking. It is because like even though we love these companies, even though, like we love these consoles, these video games, like this is a business. Like PlayStation and Xbox are business from money grabbing companies like Sony and Microsoft. Of course, what they want above all else, profit. They want more and more money. And yes, oh my God, we got to a model where we are going to get so much money. And they got Xbox with the Game Pass model, putting day one on Xbox, PC, and cloud gaming, with that being their ecosystem, nothing, just that exclusivity. PlayStation with just their hardware and putting that only on PlayStation. They got so much money, and then now since they are not getting that much money as accelerated as before, as it was working out, they are starting to think, okay, we need more money, because otherwise we're not going to get furthermore in this business. Like, it is not a situation where they need money. These companies are rich as hell. Microsoft
PlayStation needs money. They've just lost 10 million in market share since announcing
billion.
the PS5.
I think it was billion.
10 billion. Sorry,
but still, Sony is a motherfucking powerful company. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
like they are powerful enough, as well as Microsoft, but still they want more, so they are going to adapt their models, and that's what is going to happen. That's why eventually it is going to be everything multi-plat, honestly. But there's no need for PlayStation to put their games on Xbox, because Xbox doesn't have that big of an audience. They are going to do whatever they want to get more money.
I think they're going to realize that fucking I think they'll copy Xbox in that regard. I honestly think that one day we will start seeing PlayStation games day and date on PC. I think we might even start seeing some fucking PlayStation games come over to Xbox. I think it will happen because I think people are going to take a look at Microsoft and the revenue that they're now generating by putting their games on, Nintendo Switch and the PS5. And I think they're going to want a piece of that cake.
Can someone highlight Luke's two comments here? 10 billion drop in stock is a 10 billion drop in cash. Yeah, that's a good point, honestly.
Yeah.
It's going to happen eventually.
It swings investment, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. But understand, we are not talking here that it is going to be tomorrow. That is going to be right now. By the end of the year, PlayStation is going to do that. No, we are just saying that in the future, like, there's no way for us to not see that eventually.
I've been saying this for a while, though. I feel like PlayStation's in a lot worse shape than people realize. Like, when you look at their pedigree, you look back at last gen, they were putting out fucking stellar first-party games that people were playing and enjoying and highly reviewing. And then the PlayStation 5 came along. There wasn't really any new fucking games for the PS5. Most of the games that were coming out on the PS5 were games that were remastered from the PS4.
They released a lot in the first 2 years, though. The first 2 years, they released all the games that were delayed. And they release some banger games, but now they've got this dry period because it takes too long. But
do you not think there's like a correlation between PlayStation not putting out many PS5 games and PS5 not hitting sales targets? There must be like some sort of correlation there. If people feel like they don't need to upgrade because they can still play these games on fucking PS4, they don't need to upgrade to a PS5. Do you know what I mean? There must be some sort of like correlation between.
It's the player base is still like sales. It's like 142 million that are still got
if you are if you are considering PlayStation 4 and
I think a big part of that is because PlayStation haven't given people an incentive to upgrade to a fucking PS5.
Yeah, but there's more and more games now that are coming out of games that are released that are on the PS5 only. That's what I mean. We're seeing it.
I remember like PlayStation 5. I might be wrong now, but the PS5 isn't really back compat either, is it? Like they haven't got the same sort of.
Yeah. No, they have. They've got a lot now.
No, they got
a lot now. They didn't have before. Like Xbox, when they went from the Xbox One X to the Xbox Series X, you kept that entire library.
But they had that technology there already, though, didn't they? They already had that built, whereas PlayStation was developing it. Sorry, Fabio, go on, mate.
No, but I think that Sony did try to give enough incentives at the beginning of the generation when they were like saying that, you know what, God of War Ragnarok and Ratchet & Clank are only going to be on PlayStation 5 because we believe in generations. Yeah, like a lot of people pre-order PlayStation. Like that was, it was a marketing strategy. It was kind of like, you cheap motherfuckers. But it works. People pre-order, like, so that's one kind of incentive.
I believe that fucking we believe in generations speak also put a lot of people
just
for
not buying a
PlayStation 5.
Yeah, but you look
because if they can't take their library with them, why the fuck would they upgrade?
But right now, the backwards compatibility of the PlayStation 5 isn't like through the subscription service, or you can literally get a PlayStation.
You can buy them as well, yeah.
But can you get a PlayStation 3 disc and put it inside there, and that's it?
No. PS3 is different because of the cell processor and all that, which they're in the middle of still trying to figure out. But there's a lot of games you can play digitally of them.
From the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, but there's digital games of PS3 digital games that you can play on your PlayStation 5 that are in PS Plus Premium, and things like that. But there's a lot of PS4 games are backwards compatible. You can put your PS4 disc in,
but you need
but in terms of like being the complete sets, you would need to use the subscription. They don't have it yet, but you would need to have the subscription as well.
Yeah, but not if you put a PS4 disc in, it'll play the game on your PS5.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just talking about the quantity
the subscription stuff.
Of course.
But the way the backwards compatibility between the two systems, the way it's handled is completely fucking different. On Xbox, you can literally play whatever you've got lying around pretty much at this point. PlayStation, you're really fucking limited, and I think a lot of that has deterred people from upgrading to a PS5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Like, of course, there are the type of players that and it is a big percentage. I think not that big it's compared to the entirety of the players of the PlayStation 4 base, but like there are those people who would actually love to play retro games, of course.
Yeah.
And even though there wasn't such an incentive for them to get the PlayStation 5, I think that when Sony, I think Sony said themselves something like that. Eventually, we are going to get there. We are going to make you be able to play your older games.
I think
And like
people,
people are like, okay, I'll buy it just to be ready for it when it comes. I think.
But I think PlayStation themselves have done a lot of things to deter people from fucking buying a PS5 this gen. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I don't agree with that.
Well, you got to think, right? How many PS4s were sold? Like 144 million.
Yeah, but you've got
and they've only sold 40 million
But
PS5.
what happened? No. But like, what
I mean,
happened?
we are only 3 years into the generation, but
No. But like, let's take into consideration that what happened to the PlayStation 4 in terms of numbers, in my opinion, is kind of an anomaly. It's not like that easy for a console to sell that high.
Nintendo
like
have a problem.
The same way as Nintendo, like the Nintendo Switch, like that's that's dark magic. Honestly, what Nintendo does, it's amazing. And like
they know what their fans want. That's what Nintendo does best. Like they could literally put out the same game. Well, they do put out the fucking same game over and over again. People rush out and buy it because they know what their fans want.
That's not necessarily what they want. Like
it's like Mario. What's Mario Kart on now? Like Mario Kart 842. People will still rush out and buy it.
Yeah, but you've also got to remember PlayStation had that initial bump at the start of the PS4 generation because of Xbox dropping the ball, so to speak, and being $100 cheaper. That that was a big boost off the bat, and like development cycles were a lot shorter then. But PlayStation have always been able to release a console, and they don't even have to have first party games on it, and people still buy it for the third party and the exclusivity deals, and which is what's going to see PlayStation through this year. Yeah, we're going to see a couple of smaller first-party games, just not like your Ghost of Tsushima.
There's no big hitters though till 2025.
Yeah, there isn't. But this is like their drought. This is their year where they've got that drought.
They've had a lot of fucking droughts these recent years.
They haven't. You've got to remember 2022 for Xbox. The Xbox, they had nothing. They had one game.
PlayStation had small games. Spider-Man last year.
They had small games.
That's about it.
Yeah. But they had one game and they had the smaller games, whereas PlayStation, they'll rely on their exclusivity deals that will see them through the year until next year when they've got the first party to hit. Obviously, whatever's gone on, because they, in their finances and stuff, they were delays and obviously everything else that's gone on over the last few years. But it's just one of them. This is the year they're not going to have anything, but they've released a lot of games in this 3 years already, and this is their drought now. Whereas Xbox, they had their drought in 2022.
Yeah.
And then all these games started coming for 2023. There's another 10 games coming this year that some still haven't been announced yet, because all them games that they delayed and had nothing for are now ready to start coming out. So they just start spacing them out. Whereas PlayStation, their games they released that have come out, they were all originally delayed because of COVID and stuff. So can you imagine how bigger the gap would have been had they come out when they originally meant to?
This actually ties us quite nicely into one of our topics, which is Xbox has reaffirmed that we've got 10 major releases.
Do you know what Fabio's playing?
Yeah. Like, I was about to point out that I was exactly about to point out, like, we are 24 minutes talking about PlayStation and all this stuff, and we are having such a discussion. But we were in the middle of like while we were playing. Babe just said, "What the fuck is playing? Why can't I say it?"
Fabio, what have you been playing, darling?
Nothing. No, just
nothing. Fair enough.
No. I've been playing some Forza Motorsports, the next gen version. I'm really in love with that game. I really think it's such a good game. It's so well optimized as well for the Series S, and I really love the progression system that they have. I know it was criticized, but even though before when I heard about this, I was like, I don't know if that's a nice thing to do, but like,
I don't like it. That's what put me off playing it.
Once I started playing it, I was like think it all makes sense. It is just perfect. Like it just was amazing. Other than that, some Halo. Of course, I love Halo. Like it's not just I won't stop playing it.
Yeah.
Um, I am continuing to play my Suicide Squad because yes, I have been playing Suicide Squad, having fun with that shot, and King Shark, Captain Boomerang and Harley Quinn. They can go fuck themselves because I really don't.
Harley's so fucking hard to play. I can't get Harley.
I just don't care about those two, especially Captain
Right, also.
Boomerang. Like I think the sense of humor of the game is way off. I am not laughing. Only with when King Shark says anything. That's the only moment
I
I'm
love
laughing.
King Shark.
And other than that, like I mentioned, I got this last week, but yeah, I'm happy to announce that I finally got expansion storage.
Hey.
I finally managed to get 1 terabyte of SSD.
I'll tell you what, I was looking at the price of the fucking 2 terabyte version. It's the same price as the fucking console. Absolutely ridiculous. I honestly thought we would have had like third party storage by now. Storage.
Yeah,
solutions.
but this is third party.
Yeah, well, which one's that
WD
one?
Black.
Yeah, but that's still Seagate though, isn't it? Is it
No,
not?
it isn't.
Oh,
It
okay.
isn't.
Yeah, no, the
So-
exclusivity deal's finished. The actual
Okay,
deal.
Oh, okay.
so basically,
Oh, I didn't
so
know that. I
basically-
thought it was still Seagate only.
Okay, so basically, this is the WD Black C50 expansion card for Xbox card, and that's it, 1 terabyte.
How much did that set you
Like-
back?
This one, like considering that, like the original. Right now, let me check here. Just
Might be worth it.
I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop the stream just to check this because I am such a. Okay, let me check here.
Call
Amazon.
of Duty is just arrogantly big at this point. I think it's like 280 gig, isn't it? Takes up all of my fucking hard drive space nearly. I'm constantly deleting games to reinstall games.
Okay, so the Seagate one right now at Amazon is from 2,500 Brazilian reais to 2,989 Brazilian reais. The Seagate one. While this one here I bought for like 100 no, like 1,400 Brazilian reais less than the
Wow.
original.
That's like
Big
half the
saving.
fucking price.
Yeah.
So like
That's crazy.
this was amazing, and like it is a game changer in my opinion. Like this thing, when I finally got to play using this thing, I felt like I had a brand new console. Honestly, it was just so awesome. It works so well, and that's
Do you-
what
Do
I've
you
been
remember? Do you
Big
remember
shout out to
the?
Sentinel in chat. Cheers, dropping
the-
by, buddy.
Do you remember
Yo.
the PlayStation memory card that had like 10 megabytes on it?
Yeah,
playing. Yeah, great,
I'd
great.
come a long
It
way.
would just randomly delete itself.
Yeah, those are the days.
Red
So
was-
what have I been playing? I'll tell you what, I've been playing 3 games this week. I've been playing Play It with my girlfriend and also Timmy in chat. And my God, that's a lot of fun. It's like a Wish version of Overcooked.
Is
It's a lot of
Timmy
fun.
in chat your girlfriend? Is that what you're telling
No,
us?
Timmy in chat is my best friend.
Yeah,
He lives
his,
just down the
girl,
road.
his girlfriend's Red off Twitter, but now if you notice next to her name it says AI generated.
It's not. It's absolutely not.
It always keeps spamming. Hi, I'm a bot. No, just kidding. Just kidding. No, I'll stop you right there.
Stop trying to get me dragged into this red drama. Fucking, but yeah, I've been playing Play It, which is a lot of fun to be fair. Although it does get pretty fucking chaotic with 3 people. You can play it with 4. I've been playing.
What
with
is
my
it?
girlfriend. It's basically like. Have you ever played Overcooked, where you got like make meals to order? Yeah, it's like that. You got like
okay.
it's like a roguelike, to be fair. Like you get so far and then like you fail and then you get like items and then you try again. Basically, you've got to run a restaurant. You got one person in the kitchen doing all the cooking and shit, and you got another person in the dining room like trying to serve all the dinners. But you can go in between, like you can mix and match. So if someone needs help in the kitchen, you can go and help. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but don't play it alone because it's shit by yourself. But it's a lot of fun playing it with somebody else. So yeah, me and my girlfriend have been playing that over the weekend. Today I started playing Brotato, which is weirdly addictive. I didn't like Vampire Survivor, so I didn't think I was going to like this, but I started playing that earlier and actually quite like it. And yeah, I've been playing Suicide Squad. I'll tell you what, I will hold my hands up and I will admit I was a bit harsh on that game. I didn't like the idea of it being a games as a service. I thought it looked boring and repetitive, and to some degree it is. I'm not going to like go, oh my God, it's amazing. It's not. It's a mid game. I enjoyed the story on it. I thought the story was really good. Didn't like what they did with Batman, but I've come across this bug where I've completed all the end game missions and it hasn't unlocked the masteries.
Oh my lord!
I know. So I'm stuck in this fucking. But I'm stuck in.
I mean, does your girlfriend knows that you jerk off to your achievements? Is that a thing that you?
It's not about the achievements.
Okay, we are back. We're back. Kill BMG. I just killed BMG. There we go.
Not about the achievements.
I'm so pissed that I didn't get my achievement there.
I cannot progress and I cannot play the end game of a live service game. I'm locked behind this stupid fucking bug that won't unlock the end game for me. So there's no point in me playing it at the moment. And I'm worried that by the time they fix it, I would have just binned it off and started playing something else. But I do enjoy it. I'm also playing Deadshot and Tim was playing King Shark. So that was our little duo running around. I like Boomerang's traversal. Don't like Harley Quinn's. I think she's too awkward. It reminds me a lot of Gotham Knights. But yeah, I will say this. Suicide Squad is a lot better than Gotham Knights, and that's a hill I'm willing to die on because I thought Gotham Knights was fucking shit. And I think a big part of why it was shit was because the end game was rubbish and it was 30 frames a second. It was because it was 30 frames a second. But no, I'm enjoying it. I didn't pay for it though, so that's probably why I am enjoying it. Tim bought it and we game share, so I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it. But no, it's a mid game. Just wait for the bugs and shit to get patched though, because like a lot of my shit isn't unlocking. I've run into so many fucking bugs on it. We had models missing in cutscenes. It's been an absolute mess. But the story is compelling. I just didn't like what they did with Batman. I felt
you'll get an announcement next week saying they're stopping development on Suicide Squad. So you'll never be able to finish yourself off now, not having them achievements completed.
I'll tell you what, Ash takes the piss out of me for my achievements, but I actually don't play games for
Rogers is going to have the worst case of blue balls ever.
Edge to fuck.
It's almost there, Oh, fuck.
I haven't got that 1,000.
I'm stuck at 950. Yeah, but it's fun. It's been fun playing it. But it's made me realize I actually do miss playing online with people for a long time. I used to play online lots, and then for whatever reason, I just got bored of it and started playing by myself.
I thought it was
because you
I only got banned on Smite.
No. You cannot say at all that it was unfair. Like
it wasn't. No. I was a dickhead
Smite, on it. I know what you usually do.
There's only so many times you can call someone a cunt and get away with it. Do you know what I mean?
You are a piece of shit when you're playing Smite.
I was toxic as fuck on Smite. Then everybody else was, so it's just a very toxic community.
Well, we'll have a new multiplayer game to play soon. Ilphonic, they're releasing. I can't remember the name, what they called it. Again, same isometrical game. The three of you are killer clowns because now.
Oh, is that Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yeah, because now
is that based on a cartoon?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is dead, and they're done with that.
I enjoyed that game though. Like weirdly, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so now you're three clowns and then survivors. Literally the exact same premise: escape, do little things, and escape, while three people are killer clowns. It's just like. Well,
okay, topics then.
Yeah, I enjoyed fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I didn't play it with anybody though. Maybe I should have played it with friends.
Joined me and Ash.
Yeah, but I never get invited.
Because you're never here. I'll message you.
If I'm online, send me a game request.
I send you a message on Discord and you reply 3 days later saying, "What day are you playing?" We played 3 days ago. Oh, all right,
well, invite me when I'm on the Xbox. You can fucking see when I'm online.
No, I can't see you when you're online. I don't think I've got you on Xbox. Oh, yeah, I bet you haven't. I should do. Yeah, because we played Evil Dead, didn't we?
We played
But that's the last game I
played. Lasted like
Grounded, yeah. So yeah, we did, yeah. That was it. That was the last game I played.
Tried to fucking kill me on it, even though it was a game about working together. Arsehole.
So we can play it on PlayStation soon.
Yeah, I won't be buying a fucking PlayStation anytime soon.
Oh yeah, because they're going to give it haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. Be well better. be more immersed.
I'll tell you what. I know this is off topic. We haven't even fucking started topics yet. But I know this is like off topic. I don't understand how people can think that there's going to be a PS5 Pro coming there this year. I just don't see it. I mean, especially with them saying that PlayStation 5 is in the latter stages of its life. Like, it makes no sense to release it this year.
Yeah, I think they might end up waiting for just the next generation,
That's
well as
what
Xbox.
I'm thinking. Like,
yeah. But
here's my thinking, right? I think that Xbox that got leaked. I think that's going to replace the Series X, but I think there's going to be a premium console that comes out ahead of that. I think there's going to be a next-gen console.
Wait.
And then there'll be that little digital thing that is basically the new standard, like the Xbox Series S. I think that's going to become the new standard.
Okay, interesting.
Console.
That will be interesting. But like, BMJ, go on. Your thought process, go on.
Yeah, well, as Luke Steele says, it's in the latter
We don't care,
half,
BMJ. Let's go back.
Right, but
PlayStation 5 is basically on life support.
the rumor, it's not. They sold again. And the majority of their player base is still PS4, and it is, and they've sold like 50 odd million, whatever it is, of PS5s. But now they're going to be having a Pro, which I do think is going to come out at the end of this year. It's definitely going to get announced later this year. Whether it comes out early next year, I don't know, but I think it's the end of this year. Xbox have already said that they're doing the same. So you're going to see a Pro because a Pro will push people. But the Pro will be aimed at your hardcore people on your PS5 will get the Pro, and it'll try and push people that are on PS4 who were considering upgrading on, because like PS5, PlayStation 5 generation, Xbox Series generation, it's got another 2 to 3 years at most. And that's it, because then that would be about the lifestyle. Because I think a lot of people forget that with COVID, we've all lost sense of time and fucking everything going on around us. But these consoles are released a lot. Yeah, it's taken a lot to actually get a lot of these games on either console to actually take advantage of the hardware. But
I don't buy into that though. I think that's bullshit. I think that's just
you could guarantee. You could get, because from all the different news outlets and things like that, some of the smaller ones will look like a lot as well as the bigger ones, and the rumors are just growing and growing and growing. The rumor specs, because don't forget they also released dev kits to developers of this Pro kit, so there is something out there. I
don't buy into this. I don't buy into the spiel of they haven't got used to the tools. Bullshit. I think that's lame excuse.
Yeah, but no, PlayStation was easier. The thing with the tools is, at the start of the generation, PlayStation was easier because a lot of the architecture and stuff that was used for building the games is the same as the PlayStation 4. Whereas Xbox, they held off longer because they wanted the RDNA free, was it? Or 2.5, whatever it was, free. Yeah. So it's taken longer to take advantage of that because Xbox left it as late as possible so they could get that technology in the console, whereas PlayStation didn't. They went for RDNA 2 or 2.5 or whatever it was, which their devs are already familiar with. So now we're kind of out of that, but now you're getting all these new engines releasing like Unreal 5 and learning that and taking advantage of that. So things are just constantly changing.
I'll tell you what, I'm still fucking salty that I don't have ray tracing on my fucking Minecraft on Xbox Series X.
You'll never get it. You'll never see it. You'll never see it.
That's one of the things they showed off when they announced the fucking
Series X. It's got to have parity. It's got to have parity with the PlayStation. It doesn't have to have
parity.
It does.
It doesn't. Microsoft own the fucking company. They're not contractually binded to have the same version. They are with Call of Duty and shit because they put themselves in that situation. But there's nothing to say that they can't have ray tracing on the Xbox version. And
it's got but no, because it's got to run parity with PlayStation, which was all because Minecraft. I've got whatever the name of the studio that's there. It's a bit like Mojang. It's a bit like Bungie. Whereas it's Mojang. Yeah, it's owned by Microsoft. They're independent as well. But it's got.
Yeah, but they're not legally binded to have parity between the fucking PlayStation and the Xbox version. It's not. No, they literally bought Mojang and said we're going to support the PlayStation version. There's nothing that's like legally binding to say that there has to be parity.
Yeah, but Mojang's run independent like Bungie is.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure
there's no parity. But when they showed off the fucking Series X, like, Look at Hellblade 2. Look at fucking ray tracing in Minecraft. We still don't have the ray tracing. Oh, nothing changes Minecraft more than fucking ray tracing. That game can look like a bag of shit, which it does now, or you can have ray tracing and all the shaders and all the fucking bells and whistles, and it looks like a completely different game.
But it's a game for 5-year-olds.
I mean,
fuck you.
5-year-olds and pedophiles.
I must be the lad.
Pedophiles and redders. Like 5-year-olds, pedophiles, and redders.
Minecraft is just one of those games I can just keep going back to. It doesn't matter what mood I'm in, and it'll just fucking chill me out. I just sit there, listen to music, build a mud hut.
It is a phenomenon. There's no denial about it. But like when it comes to like Mojang being independent, like no.
Mojang.
Like Momjang is not Mama Jang is.
I was a Mongjang. MONG.
Mom. A mom. Munch. Ang, basically. But they're not necessarily independent. They are multiplat, but they have the label of being Xbox Game Studios. Like when you see Minecraft Dungeons, the intro that they got there is Xbox Game Studios. Minecraft Legends, the intro is Xbox Game Studios. I know that Bungie is a PlayStation Studios first party. Of course,
they now have that at the start of Destiny.
They have. Is it showing PlayStation Studios there at the intro? Nice.
Poor Bungie. Poor Bungie. They got fucking.
Well, I tell you, I don't think they're getting screwed. Bungie sold themselves
taken over.
Like I don't think they necessarily are considered like independent. I think they are like a first party studio multiplat. There's nothing wrong with that in my opinion.
Bungie is the only studio.
Bungie.
Bungie.
But they've been
Bung.
They were owned by Microsoft and then became independent. They were owned by Activision, then became independent.
Were they owned by Activision?
Yeah.
And now
wasn't that like a partnership?
PlayStation
publishing
rights? They've been gutted.
No, they were owned.
They got
part of Activision.
Bought? They got bought by Activision?
Activision bought them, but Activision couldn't do nothing with it. They became independent again.
So then they went independent, and now they're with PlayStation.
No, I didn't know that Activision bought Bungie. I thought that it was like.
I wonder if
I thought it was like we are an independent studio. We need money to do this game that we think is going to be a hit. It's called Destiny. We need a lot of money. Activision, publish this, and then okay, we are going to give you all the money you need.
Like, no, you are right. No, you are right.
I thought it was something like that.
It was a 10-year publishing agreement. Yeah,
it makes you wonder.
Oh, okay, if, like Jesus.
It makes you wonder if PlayStation, if Activision, if Bungie got out of that.
would never allow Bungie to leave if they acquire that. They will either shut down the studio or else.
It makes you wonder if Bungie decided to become independent from Activision because they knew that Microsoft was going to put a bid in to buy Activision, and then they would fall back under the Xbox banner. So they've allowed themselves to be bought by PlayStation. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, you might have a decent Halo game then.
Oh my fucking
Lord. No chance. There's never been a decent Halo game.
Oh my fucking Lord. Okay, topics. What's the topics?
Master Chief will always be a budget version of Doomslayer.
43 minutes, and we haven't hit any topics whatsoever. Let's go.
Right, that's 15 minutes.
I think our podcast is better there when we're just shooting the shit and talking nonsense. I think.
Okay, so
shoot
one thing.
Let's get into a fucking article. So there's not a whole lot to talk about tonight. It's been a bit of a slow news week, but one of the main things that was discussed,
the main things ended up happening today for some reason.
Fuck knows. Either way, fucking Phil Spencer has pretty much, Xbox themselves, to be fair, it wasn't even Phil Spencer, they reaffirmed that we are going to get 10 major releases this year on the Xbox platform. Mm-hmm. So that's good news. I can't think of what they are. I know.
Understand. Like we are not just talking about we are talking about Avowed, Hellblade 2, Indiana Jones, Aura, History Untold. Call of Duty is another one of those, and we are probably talking about expansions and DLCs for the Redfall 2. Of course, how could
unless they're gonna like show off some indie games.
Of course, we are going to be talking about as well DLC and expansion releases. Like Starfield expansion is probably coming or being announced this year. Towerborn
Unless it
is
comes
a
to the
for,
60
that's a for,
FPS update, I ain't fucking interested.
Towerborn is another first party title. I feel like if Xbox this year, Xbox is really showing a lot of strength. I think they showed really good strength in 2023 as well. And yeah, I think it's just momentum that is going to keep growing and growing, honestly.
Well, they said that like one of their major goals is to have a fucking first party release once a quarter, didn't they? So every what?
Yeah,
4
Matt
months.
Booty.
Yeah.
Hashtag Booty Bulge.
Maybe that's gonna
So far,
fucking become a
so
thing
far,
now.
yeah, so far it seems to be because Hellblade 2 is actually being released at the beginning of this year.
I've got
Yeah,
no fucking interest in
I
Hellblade.
know Hellblade 2 is going to be a shorter game. I know, but still,
It's not even that.
it
It's
is going
like
to
shown
be a
off 3
good
years
one.
ago. They've had 3 years working on it, and it's basically a fucking 8-hour glorified tech demo. Brilliant. Can't wait.
Yeah, gee.
We just have to say
Walking simulator.
it's their
Have you
year.
played the game yet?
Knowing,
Wait for
no.
it, then you
But-
can say something.
but knowing
Plus, I've
PlayStation
never
have
got
got this
fucking paid
drought.
pay to buy it. It's just gonna be on Game Pass. Sorry, go on. BMJ,
No, say because now PlayStation have got this drought and they know they've got this like year now. This is the time for Xbox just to get games out, one a month, couple of months, whatever, from the bigger titles to the smaller things, and just get stuff out there as much as they can into as many people's hands as possible. And
Yeah.
and this is like their year to try and kill it because like next year, because PlayStation are going to have a lot of first party games coming, and I think you're going to see a big
Something like 3 or 4 first party titles.
No, I,
something like
I
that.
think you're going to see more. I think you're going to see
More?
more than that. Yeah, because
No,
some of the
so-
studios
so
are
it's
working on more than one title.
Okay, so it's not necessarily all triple A titles. We're not talking about that then.
No, I wouldn't
It's
say
like
all.
if we are
all
talking about
big
more,
IPs. Yeah,
then
but
like
more smaller
5
games as well.
yeah, of course there are going to be. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Really makes
So I
sense.
think you're going to see a lot from PlayStation, but see, Xbox have got to be careful because if they hit all the these 10 games, depending on what these 10 games are, they all hit this year. It's what they're leaving themselves for next year. They're going to
now
end up in a
got-
situation
now
where
got
they're going to have
Activision
all these
fucking
games.
bolster
Yeah.
that as well.
So you're going to have all these games, and you've got to sort of find a way of right. We don't want to just give everyone everything at once.
Blade
You've got
will
to
be next
think, spread it all
Maybe.
over the next couple of years. You need stuff. They've got enough stuff now. They're going to have enough stuff leading right through to the next generation. But it's
I mean-
working out how to do it and where to put it, and not just hit everyone with loads of games.
I mean, considering what we got right now, I think that for the next year as well, Xbox might be okay as well in terms of the games that they have because we still have no idea of what's going on with Everwild, State of Decay 3, Contraband, what else? Tower Clock Revolution,
Fable?
Fable,
Wish
Double
Bioshock.
Fine, the Double Fine Productions game. Like I think, and these are like 6 games that I'm just mentioning here from first party titles. I'm not
Gears?
Gears of War. I'm not mentioning at all anything
Probably gonna
like
get a new Forza
Activision
Horizon, let's be
Blizzard
honest.
or Bethesda. So I think that it always going to as well depends on how well they are going to be doing their showcases during this year. We had a developer direct which was pretty good in my opinion. Oh yeah, Avowed this year. Avowed like this one is going to be one of the big ones in my opinion. But like
So we'd say about they've just released
I think
that
Avowed is
dynamic
gonna-
background.
yeah,
Avowed is
beautiful,
gonna fucking inch that Skyrim
beautiful,
without
beautiful.
waiting for fucking Elder Scrolls.
But like
I think Avowed could be a system seller, because I remember like when fucking like Oblivion was like one of the biggest games. The fucking
it
launch
all
of the
de-
Xbox. A
it,
lot of people
it
bought an
all
Xbox for
depends
Oblivion.
on when the game gets released. So far, it looks really good. It looks
Yeah,
really
kinda
good.
shit.
It seems really interesting. But yeah, we need to see how it is going to be because it is just when the game gets released then we can say that is this a system seller or not. Like
Mm.
above like Halo wasn't a system seller when it Like it was really exciting to see before when it was being announced, but as you can see during the Power on Xbox documentary, like it had a really tough time when it was being showcased for people to play because of the frame rates and bugs
This
and
is Avowed.
development hell. No. I'm talking about Halo, like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
during the development time. So like we need to first see when the game gets released for us to say, okay, this is a system seller or not.
Hmm.
But yeah,
I think
yeah.
people are gonna want like I think people that are like desperate for a new Elder Scrolls. Because let's face it, Elder Scrolls 6 is fucking years out. I think people are gonna want to play Avowed just to have that itch to scratch.
Action, for sure.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, oh my god, it's frustrating because I don't want to hear Xbox say shit like, "Well, the next piece of hardware is to be a massive leap in technology." Is it though? Like, is it? Because even PCs haven't had a massive leap in that kind of fucking technology.
We had such a good.
You know what I mean?
We had such a good talk last week when you were dying. Like
we don't talk about last week, Fabio.
Like he just like looks to was very good. Say like, yeah, probably they are talking about a big leap if you compare to the Series S, like
45 times.
57,000 times more powerful than
when
the
do you
Series.
think like
And it's
big
just
leap?
3
When was the last
teraflops
big
more.
leap in gaming? Let's be honest. Like, when was the last like big significant leap between gaming? It must have been between like I don't know, fucking Mega Drive to PlayStation. Do you know what I mean? That's the sort of fucking leap that you'd expect to see when they say shit like significant leap.
I mean,
you expect like that kind of fucking jump.
Looks to if you're watching this, I think you are, but like, am I wrong to say this like that? You told us that the 360 was like 12 times more powerful than the original Xbox. Is that right? Am I saying bullshit here? You didn't. Am I not remembering?
I can't remember. I can't remember.
I think he mentioned something like that because that is a huge leap, like 12 times more powerful.
But when they say like I want like a massive significant technological leap, I want 4K fucking 60 with ray tracing, and you can't even do that on fucking PCs at the moment without like a 4080 or a 4090. So I don't like it when they start throwing around that sort of fucking terminology. But that's also what fuels my suspicions that maybe that PlayStation will do a PS5 Pro and Xbox will skip a mid-gen refresh altogether and just jump straight into the fucking next gen. Because
I don't agree with.
Xbox doesn't have that fucking inability to keep their backward compatible libraries. So even if they were to release the next Xbox, their focus is on back compat. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you've got to remember at the Xbox podcast, they said that they're going to talk about new hardware this fall. They've said they're going to talk. Yeah. We're going to know about new hardware. Why would you, if you're 2 to 3 years away from the next generation, why would you talk about it? Because that is just going to kill any sales of new consoles completely. Because people are going to wait.
I don't think they'll do a mid-gen refresh. Honestly,
I do. I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see the Matt Booty one.
Oh my god! I don't Matt Burrito, right? Like I don't think, yeah, like I don't think, like, I think that this mid-gen refresh is not going to be necessarily what happened with like the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, and the Xbox One X. So we are going to be releasing a more powerful hardware. I think it is going to be that
XL.
I think it is. I think it is going to be, if they do something like this, I think that it is going to be the digital Xbox Series X. I think it is going to be that, and just that. And when it comes to the leap, then it is going to be like the next generation.
Muppet is in the chat. Muppet could be right.
Okay, Muppet. Okay, highlight Muppet.
Handheld.
I can't.
Could be the handheld.
Xbox handheld.
You two can both highlight comments, by the way.
I can't. No, we can't. No,
really?
We can't. No, only you can.
Sake. Call yourself fucking panelists.
We don't have access to it. Only you and Ash does. That's why we had to get Ash.
Well,
We had to get Ash in last week because you died on stream and we couldn't end the stream. We were sat here for ages going, Ash, end the show, Ash.
I agree with him up there. I think if they do like a fucking digital only Series X, I think that'll become the standard next gen. I think that'll be the Series S. And then there'll be a fucking premium product. I can't imagine them doing a mid-gen refresh and then 2 years later there's a next fucking new gen hardware, like a next
Honestly,
console.
Yeah, but I don't think they are going to say something like, "Oh, we are going to be releasing this handheld console, and we are shutting down every single Series S. If you bought a Series S, you're not going to be receiving any more games." Like right now, god damn it!
I think their original idea for the fucking Series S was for it to be a cloud-based only fucking console, but I think that technology wasn't there at the time. I think because
it is going to take a while.
This is going to come into another. This is another one of our topics, by the way. I might just fucking get into this now before we start talking about it. But Phil Spencer announced this week in a weird way by messaging a fan that soon on xCloud you'll be able to play all your own games over the cloud, and this is why I think that fucking the next gen, the digital only. I think the Series S was always destined to be a fucking to be a digital only console, but I think it came at the wrong time. I think I think it was designed so that you could play your games on the cloud, but I don't think cloud was where it was when they had that console in mind. So with this Xbox Series X digital only console, I think that's going to be the budget console, and then the next gen console will be the premium product. I think the Series X digital only, I think that's going to become what the Series S was meant to be originally.
Yeah, but they've also said, we have got another article in there, they're not getting rid of digital, physical.
No, I know.
Making this, so
I know.
Yeah,
but I think the Series S was meant to be a digital only console.
I think it
came at the wrong time.
The Series S, the Series S was the whole idea of the Series S was to bring in a cheaper price console to try, but it was more aimed at getting people in from other platforms. As it right, you don't want to pay 500 quid to have hours and 500 quid for the PlayStation. Is this option for £300, £350, whatever it was? Because I think it's like 250 now, and it's like, here's a cheaper option to get into our ecosystem.
But I think the specs of it were designed to have cloud-based gaming. Because if
that was Keystone. Yeah, but that was Keystone that was also in production alongside this generation.
Do you think this digital only? Do you think this digital only Xbox Series X is what Keystone was? I think what Keystone's grown into.
No, I think Keystone was originally what the Fire Stick was. It was designed for TVs. Designed for something you can take with you, plug in, say you're staying in a hotel, plug it into a TV, take a controller, plug and play. You don't need that now.
You don't really need that. You just have the app on the TV. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it. I think that's the direction they've gone in now. I think Keystone's been scrapped, and the option, and now the sort of focus is instead of trying to sell you a £50 stick or £60 stick with a controller or something like that.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, they're now trying to just get it on the TV because everyone that's got an Xbox has got an Xbox. But if you can go and buy a controller, because you get the controllers cheaper now, it's like £40, £45 now, get a new controller, and you've got the app on your TV, you just connect it and play. So that's one, saves them money in developing more hardware, and it's just a matter of getting the software and all the different TVs, because it's this year. Samsung's exclusivity is up this year. I think it's summer this year. So you're going to start seeing it rolling out on other makes of TVs. I don't think you'll see it on a Sony Bravia anytime soon. But
maybe you will though. Maybe there's like some sort of deal there. Maybe that's why they're pushing into multi-plat.
Yeah, but then you're going to have other TV brands as well as your cheaper brands or your smart TVs like Skyglass. Your Hisense, your Philips, all these
your £400 75-inch Hisense.
That's it. But I think that's what's replaced. That's replaced Keystone. I don't think Keystone's a physical thing anymore. But Keystone was in development along with the Series console, so I don't think it was just thought of as a cloud-based console because they had an answer to that already, another cheaper option, but it's just not worked out how they thought it would, and now they come up with a better option.
I'll tell you what, that fucking cylindrical little fucking Xbox Series X was pretty fucking sexy. I'm not gonna lie, looks like a little Alexa.
You know what that? I've told you what that's.
Tempted. If that comes out, I'm fucking tempted to sell my Series X just to buy that one.
I'll be getting it.
Only
I'll change my. I've been digital only. I'll change my Series X for the Series X Dickless. Discless.
The Dickless edition.
Dickless.
So I've got Matt Booty on mind.
Oh my god, the series
Xbox Series X Dickless edition.
No, it is going to be like the Xbox Series D Matt's Booty edition, right?
Booty edition. Oh yeah. Comes with a pair of jeans as well. You can just put it inside. Oh, but yeah, you're gonna see that. I think we are gonna get what we saw in the leaks. I think it's probably changed a bit. Oh, cheers, Fimber. I think it has changed from what we've seen. It'll be a bit different, maybe it'll be a bit smaller. Because like the height-wise is the height of a Series X console. The Series X console is only so big because you've got the disk drive. Take the disk drive out, you can make that smaller.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I'd get it. I would definitely go in for that.
For sure. It just looks like a little Alexa. That's what I liked about it.
And I hope it's that like vinyl look, so I can just sit there with a cloth and hold it.
I want a carbon fiber one. Could you imagine that? Like a carbon fiber print on the fucking. Oh, it'd be sexy. I love that. It's a fucking scratchable fucking plastic that you can't put a controller near.
That's great.
Do you remember that about the Xbox, the original Xbox One? Oh my god, I was livid. So I used to put my controller directly on top of that plastic, and it's basically plastic touching plastic.
Okay.
The living fuck out of it.
I just want to let me interrupt you there, but I just want to point out the highlight here that Finber has become a member of this channel for
13 months.
Highlight that.
If you want to be as awesome as Finber, you can subscribe to the channel for £1, I believe. I believe it's £1.
Mm-hmm.
And that will give you
99p.
Yeah, 99p. And that'll give you access to all the fun emojis. BMG's face, for instance. I believe there's a Fabio face. There's an Ash face.
There's a Fabio face? What the fuck?
If there isn't, there fucking should be. The Fabiolus face.
There's two Ash's faces over there.
Yeah.
There's already one of mine emojis that is the potato Wi-Fi that was.
I think you get access to content.
That was a classic
earlier as well. But you'd have to. I'm pretty sure you get content.
We need to add a sticker that is like Redder screaming.
Drunk on the floor. A passed out Redders on the bathroom
like
floor.
Redder screaming the name of that Halo character from the series.
Quan!
Quan!
I hope she's not in fucking season 2. I hope she's been fucking stealth killed off camera.
But yeah, there is exclusive videos, content that Ash drops onto the YouTube channel. So if you do join for a little as 99p, you can get access to all that. Help us decide and what content you want to see, stuff you want us to show, if you want stuff you wanted to talk about, things like that, help direct shows and things like that. There's a number of options. Ashley's doing like a big refresh thing, so there's always new things coming. Cheaper than an ice cream cone these days.
That is less than you'd pay for a Kinder Bueno.
All right, next topic. What do we got?
Another topic? I don't know. I
don't have it.
Well, they've announced the games officially. Right. This is before we get there. Right. We are going to talk about it. Literally, a few days earlier, Phil Spencer says we can't announce the games because the teams have got other plans. And what did they do? Xbox Wire post and announce the games and the release dates.
I knew this last week, though. I don't understand. Like, fucking.
No.
I'm sure in my drunken state, I mentioned that fucking Grounded, Pentiment.
They were the Sea of Thieves.
That was because of the leaks.
Hi-Fi Rush.
That was because of the leaks and
I was fucking drunk, and I still knew that.
Not the official announcement. So, like, when for some reason people were like, "Oh my god, they haven't said which games are." So, Master Chief Collection could be there. No, it isn't.
Hang on, I can get if you give me a
two
second.
Obsidian games. One is it Ninja Theory? Was Ninja Theory
right?
Hi-Fi Rush? I can't remember.
No, that was the part of Bethesda.
So, okay, so let's go here. During the Nintendo Direct, we got announced Grounded to be released in April, something like that, right? And
I've got the names and the dates.
Grounded is going to be released on
April something, 26th.
April 16th. April 16th on PlayStation, Nintendo, PC.
And not just that, but during the Nintendo Direct, we got like the Pentiment game from Obsidian to be released tomorrow for the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 4. Before this
and
was
PS5.
and PS5, perfect. And before this was announced, after this was announced, like we thought, okay, Nintendo just announced Grounded and Pentiment. Where's Hi-Fi Rush? Where's Sea of Thieves? And for some reason, I started to speculate, thinking that it might be like 2 for Nintendo, 2 for PlayStation. But out of the sudden, Hi-Fi Rush got announced for PlayStation, and then Sea of Thieves got announced for PlayStation, and then Grounded and Pentiment were also announced for PlayStation. So I
Sea
think
of Thieves to PlayStation is a bit of a shock for me. I would have thought they would have kept that one on. I mean, I get why they would send it to Nintendo. I don't get why they would put it on PlayStation, but
it isn't on Nintendo. That's the funny part.
Oh, Sea of Thieves isn't going to Nintendo.
It isn't going to Nintendo, nor Hi-Fi Rush so far.
So it's just Pentiment and Grounded.
Yes.
Yes. But
those, I kind of get those games though, because they're from what is it? Fucking Obsidian, which is
Obsidian. Pentiment and Grounded are from Obsidian.
Yeah, so Grounded multi-plat before the acquisition.
Tango Gameworks for Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah. Tango Gameworks multi-plat before the acquisition.
And Rare from Sea of Thieves.
Rare multi-plat before the acquisition. They're all games.
No.
They are, though, aren't they?
No, this is the first time. And Radder just passed out.
That's it. We're fucked.
He died. He just.
I'm still
died.
here. Sorry, I'm choking. I don't want to.
Well, they did a whole Xbox Wire post announcing all the games with release dates.
This is the first time ever that Rare releases a title on the PlayStation. Ever in almost 40 years of Rare, since the company started in 1985, they are releasing their first title on the PlayStation.
Right.
But Sea of Thieves,
the other 3 fucking games though, they all come from developers that were multi-plat before the acquisition. So I kind of get that. That's not really a big deal.
But Sea of Thieves is coming April 30th. You can wishlist it tomorrow on the PlayStation 5, but it'll also be cross-play. So if you Xbox and PlayStation can play together.
As it should be.
But yeah, but I don't get why they couldn't have just announced, because they've just literally put them all in a
Xbox
post. What was the point in waiting a few days?
Because it was after the Nintendo Direct.
But this is the problem with fucking Microsoft in a nutshell, though. Their communication with the fan base is fucking piss poor at best. Like last week's Xbox business update, they could have solved all that in a tweet. They didn't need to have a 28-minute fucking show. Do you know what I mean?
I like to watch that podcast, but the tension and anxiety from and having to deal with the fucking Twitter communities was like Jesus Christ.
That they caused that they could have ended in one fucking tweet. They let people sit on it for a week.
Yes.
The other issue is they did that 22-minute podcast.
28
minutes, answered some stuff, said some stuff, but then in the interview that released after the show, which was with The Verge, Phil Spencer goes into a lot more detail on stuff and explains stuff than he did even on the show. So it's like, why didn't you just do everything in The Verge? Just do the whole thing in The Verge interview and just do it like that. It seemed to me be a waste of time doing it how they did it. But
as soon as those rumors started to leak, they should have done, this will be covered in The Verge tomorrow. Boosh, done. Internet wouldn't have lost its fucking mind for a week. Rumors would have been quelled. Fans would have not been as upset. This is Xbox's problem, though. Team
Dog will continue to be bitching. Peter Oval will continue to be bitching. There's like a person that was like, he's so like he's selling notes, something like that, like his fiscal notes that he sold his Xbox or like something.
It's fucking embarrassing.
He's posted that he canceled his Xbox subscription, saying that if you're a fan of Xbox, you need to do this. And right after that, he's like, as a member of the
Yeah, maybe
PlayStation
not.
Network, I would be loving to see the Xbox fans to play some Helldivers. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking?
Yeah. You got to
Jesus.
remember, like, these people on Twitter have a hidden agenda. Either they're fucking monetized on YouTube and trying to get clickbait. There's always a hidden agenda with these Twitter personalities. Like, a lot of them have fucking YouTube channels. A lot of them are on Twitch streaming. Like, there is a lot of reasons why they want people to watch their fucking content. And a lot of it is due to monetization. If they can cause up a big stink on Twitter, people are going to tune in for why, like, their next YouTube video of them explaining why they're having a fucking hissy fit on Twitter. It's all designed for fucking. It's all clickbait. It's all clickbait.
I just want to put, let's highlight Muppets comments here. Rathers, wait, you were drunk last week? I think
I
it's
don't remember
important
it.
to highlight that. I think it's really important to highlight that comment, honestly.
We
I do
don't.
apologize for my actions last week. I got roped into a day session, and I thought I could get home and run the show. Turns out I couldn't. Fell asleep on the bathroom floor. But yeah, we don't talk about last week. We move on from it. Haven't had a drink since. Hey.
But yeah, at the end of the day, those are the 4 games that people were speculating. Honestly, I don't think this is the end of the world. And honestly, I think that when I was starting to speculate, thinking that it might be like 2 games for PlayStation, 2 games for Nintendo, I was thinking, okay, this is kind of interesting, honestly, because Batman and Grounded totally makes sense for the Nintendo Switch audience, in my opinion. Like when you take into consideration how much that game growed and how small they are in terms of like the way they try to attract people to play, they are like, yeah, you can see that the Nintendo audience makes total sense for it. I don't understand why Hi-Fi Rush was not there. I can understand that Sea of Thieves wasn't there because the hardware is not capable of running, but Hi-Fi Rush, why? And when it comes to like PlayStation titles, like I think that it makes sense for like, let's try to tip our toes here to get more money and make the industry grow in this sort of way that we discussed before, which this is going to end up being, in our opinions here, this is going to be the path that every single company, hardware company, is going to be taking, minus Nintendo, because they sold their souls to Satan, I don't know, or to BMG, I don't know, like they are just amazing at what they do with the same model for more than 30 years, honestly. But yeah, I think it is quite interesting, and yeah, it is going to
I'm
benefit
surprised
those
that
games. It is going to give more profits to Xbox. But one thing that dies right now by land is the comments that Xbox has no good games, because if these games actually do well on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, they can not say any more shit, because at the end of the day, all their complaints was not that the game is bad, it's because the game is only on Xbox.
I don't understand why Nintendo Switch is getting fucking grounded, but it's not getting Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves will be able to run on the Switch.
Hardware.
Why? If grounded can run on it, then fucking Sea of Thieves.
It's
can.
not
Grounded,
open
Yeah,
world.
but it's
It's
a
not always
persistent
online.
open world. Yeah.
Grounded
Yeah,
is
yeah.
open world though.
No,
my
but
God,
it's-
not
I
as
can't even
easy
run
as
grounded on my
Thieves.
fucking PC.
Yeah, but you're gonna have PlayStation players, Xbox players in there, PC players in there, and trying to then get Switch in there. I just don't think Switch would be able to handle it. You'd have to play cloud.
I don't get how it can fucking play grounded, but it can't play Sea of Thieves.
Like
Or maybe it's
don't
because of the online issue. But yeah, but to be
honestly, I
fair,
don't
Nintendo
know.
players don't play with PlayStation and Xbox.
I mean, I honestly don't know how Microsoft is going to do, how Xbox and Microsoft are going to do Call of Duty run on the Nintendo Switch, because they made the deal with Nintendo, say that we are going to be doing that. But apparently, right now they don't have that technology.
I think the Switch 2 will come with Game Pass. I honestly do. I think they'll have like a core version of Game Pass.
No, I don't.
I think
Nintendo
they
will.
will.
Nintendo have Game
Because
Pass. No,
like Nintendo and Microsoft have a good relationship though. That's the thing. Like the only two
it's
companies
just
that
one
fucking
sided.
regularly war each other is
If you
PlayStation
give
and
if you
fucking
give if you give
Xbox.
if you give Game Pass to Nintendo, that's going to be a huge problem as well for
Why?
the community.
Why?
Like because if you don't have like, let's say that everything is going to be multiplat. Let's say that everything
I'm
right now
saying
is
Game Pass
multiplat.
core. I'm not
And
saying
if
like
you
the
don't,
entire library.
yeah, but like if you're going to give only Game Pass core, why would you stop by just not giving people the upgrade as well? Oh, you can upgrade to the original Game Pass as
I
well.
don't see what the fucking problem is. Like Nintendo gets Xbox games, Microsoft gets a cut of the fucking revenue generated by Game Pass on the Nintendo. There's like Nintendo wins either way, and Microsoft wins off the revenue from Game Pass.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know
And this
how
is
we
another
can
reason.
do
This
that.
is another reason
Like
why I
if
think
it is no, like I thought you before I was thinking that you were talking about the Game Pass Ultimate subscription, but
no, I'm
Game
saying it's
Pass
like
Core,
core Game
but
Pass.
like
Yeah,
Game Pass Core, which was equivalent to Xbox Live Gold, I don't know. I don't know
like
how that
10
would work out.
like 10 games that just rotate like every fucking month or something
Yeah,
like that.
but
That's played on the cloud. This is not games you can download to the fucking Nintendo. I'm talking like games that literally run off the cloud. This is another reason why I thought I quite like the idea of like, this is another reason why I think they've announced this xCloud news and the fact that you can now play your own games on the xCloud. I think they're going to move. I reckon that the Nintendo Switch 2 will have a fucking version of Game Pass core. I think Call of Duty, the latest Call of Duty, is always going to be on it because they have to, because they've already said that Nintendo is going to have a working parity version of Call of Duty. And I think that the Nintendo Switch is just going to be able to fucking play all these games off the xCloud servers. Makes sense. Nintendo gets more games, Xbox gets more revenue.
But they tested Control that can play. You can buy it on Nintendo and run it via cloud, and it ran awful. It was bad.
But surely that all depends
really
on like
struggled.
the fucking internet connection, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but depending what games you're going to put in, if you couldn't really do anything big multiplayer wise. If the cloud and the technology in the Switch as well, I don't know what sort of Wi-Fi network it runs, how good it is.
Yeah, but if you can play an Xbox game on a fucking mobile phone with xCloud, why can't you run it on a Nintendo Switch? Because the servers on the other end are doing all the work. The only thing you need for that to happen is a powerful internet connection.
Yeah, but it also depends on the receiver as well that's built into the Switch. How good is it? Whereas,
this is what I mean. Like the next version of the Switch might.
Yeah, you're probably talking the Switch 2. Yeah.
Possibly. But I reckon that's what happened. I reckon they'll get like a core version of Game Pass that they can stream Call of Duty off. Because let's face it, Call of Duty is never going to run. The latest Call of Duty is never going to run on a fucking
natively.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. They're not going to have a parity version of Call of Duty on a Nintendo Switch without doing something.
Maybe the deal with Microsoft meant also the next generation of the Nintendo Switch. I don't know. Like
that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe that is going to be not the hardware that we got right now. Like the hardware that we got right now is even from the Xbox One and PS4 generation.
Yeah.
Like it's not even Nintendo is not even I think Nintendo is not even considering that we are on the next gen. No. The next gen for Nintendo is going to be way later.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll get like a fucking Series S equivalent for the Nintendo Switch. But I honestly think that all the manpower is going to be done on servers that will just you can play on xCloud on the Switch.
But then again, if they do an Xbox handheld, do you really want to give another handheld access to Game Pass?
Yeah.
When you want to try and get a share of that market and get people to buy your handheld?
Of course, because you could get. I mean, look at how many fucking Switches have sold. If you can get an app on that Switch that can run xCloud games, but there's like 144 fucking million people, 144 million Switches that you can like now tap into.
Yeah. Because if you remember what Phil said, they want to grow the business, but they also need to protect.
Yeah, without damaging Xbox, and it is a situation where they are in this delicate position when it comes to what games they are going to be testing out. Like these are the 4 games. it can be, there can be more, there can be nothing else. Of course, probably there is going to have more. Yes, we all know that. But I think that if they put more games right now, it is going to depend on how well as well the games like Activision Blizzard games are going to perform on the Nintendo and PlayStation as well. Because yes, we need to consider now, people, that Call of Duty, even the one that is going to be released this year, the next Diablo, is first party. It might not be exclusive to Xbox. I don't know what kind of deals Xbox has made in terms of that, but they are going to be first party. So we might be having a situation as well. I'm just speculating. I'm not an insider. I'm not trying to say anything that this is it and yes, we're going with it. We're all going to be seeing. Like, we might be having a situation where the other games that they are going to be putting are the games that they already got and make them that makes them the one of the biggest publishers on the Nintendo Switch with games like Minecraft, and they want to add more with Call of Duty and Diablo, and on the PlayStation with Call of Duty, Minecraft, Diablo, yada yada yada.
But just to rebuttal your argument, BMG, you can get Game Pass on the fucking Steam Deck. You can get Game Pass on the Asus ROG. They're like, these are handhelds as well. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get Xbox Game Pass on the Nintendo
No,
Switch.
but
but they're not trying to compete with them on that level.
It is going to be against what Matt Booty said. Xbox Game Pass is going to continue to be on Xbox, on console and PC.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think it's going to go everywhere.
If they are going to be putting, if they put on the PlayStation 5, then it's completely over. There's no need at all for them to even continue to do hardware.
It makes sense for them to put on the Nintendo Switch, though. Like, it does. It opens the door up to 144 million fucking consoles that can generate Game Pass revenue.
But like, if you are going to be doing a handheld console, if you are considering to make a handheld console, why would you give the competitor your biggest weapon?
But it's the same reason why you'd give the Steam Deck the app. It's the same
not
reason why you
because
give the Asus
Steam
ROG
Decks because they're like £700-800 machines. If you're competing in the market, the handheld as in the console wise against like Switch, then it's a whole different ball game because you're making something that's cheaper for that. That's just getting hold of the PC base.
The Steam Deck is not a console competitor. It is an extension of the Steam store, for what I understand. Honestly, it's not a console competitor. It's completely different from the handheld market, in my opinion. It is just like you wanna enjoy Steam, but you don't have a PC. There you go, Steam Deck.
I honestly think that we're going to get a Game Pass app on the Nintendo Switch, because you got to remember, Phil, not about a year ago, said that you can play these games anywhere where you have Xbox Game Pass.
Yes,
but you've also got to remember in the FTC thing,
said it is going to be on Xbox and PC.
But when they went to the FTC thing and all the documents that were leaked, they've already approached PlayStation and Nintendo, and both of them said no, they don't want Game Pass.
Yeah, but maybe that's changed. Maybe that's going to change.
We don't know. But guys, I'm going to have to jump off in a couple of minutes because I'm
I'll tell you what, we've actually gone through most of our topics. The only other thing we had to talk about this week is that Diablo 4 is coming to Game Pass in March, which
we already
talked
about this last week.
You were lying in your own piss and vomit on the floor.
I wasn't actually. I was just lying on the floor. So
nice.
Anyway, yeah.
So like, I think that even though we didn't talk about all the topics that we separate, I think
honestly there was only three topics tonight.
But I think this was a pretty good show. Like, very eloquent, very very well spoken.
Yeah. Fuck you, Fabio. I'm joking.
I would say if people in chat, people that listen to this on the podcast or on the YouTube, if you like this more sort of a style where we're just having deeper conversation on things instead of loads of new topics, hit us up in the comments on XBN Network and let us know.
Honestly, it's
on
nice
YouTube
to have
comments.
to worry about what topics coming next. It's nice to have those topics there, just to have an idea of what you're going to talk about. But I actually prefer this like laid back, just shooting the shit with friends kind of conversation.
Fuck you, Rados. Nobody cares about it.
Yeah.
But chat, listen, thanks for tuning in and watching the show tonight. If you haven't already, give the video a thumbs up on YouTube and share it with your nan, because she'll love it. We'll be back again, say earlier time next week. It's only a late time tonight because obviously shit going on earlier. I couldn't get here on time. But yeah, back at the normal time of 8 p.m. next week. Hopefully Ash will be back. Sentinel is still doing his physical therapy, so I don't think he's going to be back yet. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that fun shit, and we will catch you on the next video.
Hail Satan!
You're a fucking arsehole. Good night, everyone.